French, was it Italian leather couches, and they're soft.
Really?
I loved it. I love those couches.
I wonder why they're so much softer.
I think because they treat their cows really good.
I just love them massaged.
Ooh. Les mous?
That's right.
Moua.
It's silent now, we don't say a word. We're just looking at each other. Tears in our eyes from the words we said. Yeah, it kinda broke my heart. Loving you is not so goddamn easy as you think. I'm trying my best to hold on, but I feel myself giving. You know that we should.
Alright, let's get started. What's going on, YouTube? This is the sofa episode. Is it episode 2? Dos, for people who speak Spanish. I think that's only Spanish for one.
No, you know more.
Did I?
Yeah, you just said some other stuff.
¿Cómo estás?
That too.
Oh. I'm here with Leah. I'm here with Jess. They work with me at Tony's. They're my work. I consider them work wives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gotta work here on.
This is my sister wife.
We're the Mormon of Tony's.
Yeah. But yeah, Eel's Mormon.
Is he really?
Yeah. Well, he was raised Mormon. He's not practicing Mormon.
This is Jack Mormon.
But what the hell does that mean?
They call him Jack Mormons. You ever heard of Jack Mormons?
No, I've never heard.
No.
It's like you're a Mormon, but not a Mormon.
Okay. Well, yes.
So
he was
you
raised
don't
Mormon.
practice. I mean, you're raised.
I'm gonna
Mormon?
check that with my other Mormon friends, but
Yeah, you never heard of Jack?
no, I
Mormon?
haven't.
What?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I used to live around a temple, so it was kind of crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like if you're not Mormon, you can't go in the temple.
Right.
They won't let you in there. I think when they first build it, you can go in there.
See, and like before you go into those certain temples, like I mean, you have to have your shoes washed. You have to have you have to wear little booties. Like they put little things on the bottoms of your cane if you have a cane. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, we were going to talk about whatever, so whatever you guys want to talk about. But when we left yesterday, it was crazy. Because we went to the streets and Jess was like, it was like a scary movie. Jess was like, because some lady came to the door, but then Jess was like, who's giggling?
Yeah.
Like-
you could just hear somebody laughing. It was like
laughing, and we're like, what the fuck?
That was her outside.
No, it was
'cause
a different lady.
across the street
Oh.
at the corner,
God.
from where Supernova's is.
Right.
Just I don't know, crazy laugh. I thought she was with somebody once I realized she was there. She was just by herself.
Just
laughing.
Across the street slowly, and then we're walking, we're trying not to laugh, so.
Yeah.
But you know it's bad when the other homeless lady was asking the other lady, hey, are you okay? I was dang.
My
Honestly-
homeless spidey senses are tingling.
It made me feel a little bad because I was like, damn, I'm not homeless. I wasn't going to ask
Yeah, I
her
would
if
ask
she's okay. But this lady's got nothing. Well, maybe that's why she asked. She's like, I ain't got nothing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Wow. And so, was she just on drugs
I
or
think she was just crazy.
just crazy?
I think she was on drugs and crazy.
Right. Because
Even
she
better.
Yeah,
had
it's a
on
great
Great combination.
her tank top with her coat falling off, and she's just like, I was
Yeah,
like, what is
yeah.
going on? You crazy lady.
I was like, we are walking the same direction as this lady too, so.
Sometimes when you leave that place, that street is just so eerily desolate, and it's just what is gonna roll around the corner, right now?
Well, that street's lit up, and then you go around the corner and you're like, oh fuck, it's like a bad alley, you walk down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally one time I went out the back gate and there was some homeless guy charging his phone. He had jumped the fence or whatever. He was just sitting there, and it was the lights were all off, so it freaked me out.
On the patio?
Yeah.
Yeah, the back patio.
Oh.
I was like,
Wow.
Well, I don't know who built our stupid fence, but I don't know why they put those
On the other
outside
side.
where people could climb over.
Oh, the things that hold the fencing
Yeah,
on there?
why didn't you put that
nice
on the-
little steps?
Yeah.
I need to rethink that.
Have you ever looked at them? Because they're totally. You can tell people are jumping them all the time. They're bowed.
No, I haven't. I
Yeah.
will. Tonight, I'll be there. So
Yeah.
That's so funny, hilarious. So these ladies are bartenders at Tony's. and we have a lot of fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that Leah made me fall on the ground?
What? No.
Oh yeah. Was that the night that the octopus finally lost its life?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that octopus, it was just been sitting there forever. So we took it out and we started squid slapping each other.
It was so gross. Tex had a thing where he would put it like on the back of my freshly shaved head, and it was awful.
It looked slimy. Was it slimy feeling, or was it just like spongy feeling?
It wasn't
touched
spongy. It was kind of rubberish.
It was rubbery. Yeah.
It was like a dog toy, but it's a
okay.
little bit softer. But it kind of kept retaining the water.
Ugh.
It was gross. And so that night, he was chasing me around the bar with it. And he came around the corner, like right there at the hand sink, right before the kitchen. And he was going full speed on the wet floor. And I don't know how he didn't smash his face.
I ate shit.
He did it
God.
hard.
But I literally,
worse.
on the edge, I lost it right there on the edge.
Like, seriously, I don't know. He ended up like completely the opposite way that he was running, and it was scary.
In a bar full of people.
No,
No, it was after hours.
It was after hours.
Lucky you.
Just
the
some-
time I fell was in the middle of one rush.
Are you
serious?
Awful.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Well, it wasn't at the new Tony's. It was at the old Tony's.
Oh.
And the old Tony's had like that opening in the middle of the bar.
Yeah.
And where the like liquor jockey sits, like when you dump ice in there, if it spills onto the thing, then it melts and it drips and makes a puddle. And there was a puddle of water there during lunch, and I used to always tell Susan, like, Susan, pick this ice up because it's making puddles. Like, I'd take this corner fast. And I had 3 drinks here. I had a cup like in my arm. I had all these drinks, and I'm like running to the table. And I just boom, straight onto the floor. Like a cup got me in the chin.
Oh.
Like the like the footrest that's under the bar caught my hip. I had a bruise like this that took up like my whole hip bone
for like ever.
For forever. Like I was so like shaken up, and like it's just embarrassing when there's an entire like all the lawyers and business people that are there for their Friday fish fry lunch, because it's an entire the old Tony's was so small, so everybody saw it. Like,
and you're in the middle.
Yeah. Nobody didn't see it. They're all, "You okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. Just don't say anything. Like, please stop looking at me.
I'm
I'm
gonna
fine."
cry.
Yeah. Don't look at me. It was awful.
That's too funny. You haven't fell there yet, right?
At Tony's?
Yeah.
No. And I'm not sure how, because there are times that I'm just
Do you
like,
wear non-slip?
I do, but I used to wear
See, I
Chucks.
don't.
And like even when I didn't, like, I mean, my Chucks are good, but the other shoes were not. And like, I mean, remember like it used to be a real bad mess behind that bar.
Yeah.
Like bad at night.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, it was a fucking skating rink. But like,
Well, I noticed that there are certain people that if they get to doing the dishes, it's like
everywhere.
you try to kill
It's
us
like
all. Is that
It's
what
like
you're
a
trying to
water
do?
fight. But like in the kitchen before I started wearing the non-slip shoes, like I would just factor in my slide time. But there have been a couple of times that I've
Well, the
like,
kitchen's really bad by the dish pit. But yeah, there's certain people that when they wash dishes, I'm like, calm down, Noah. Like you're flooding us. Like
Yeah,
why?
like-
There's so much water here.
yeah, it's like, what are you doing
Yeah,
over
it's
here? Why
crazy.
is it this messy? Like I get it. Sometimes you need to just get shit done, but I mean, that much water is a little. It's dangerous.
Mhm.
So are there drinks that you guys don't like to make? Like what's your number one least favorite drink to make?
Probably lemon drops. Like every time
Really?
somebody orders a lemon drop, I'm like, I hate you. I don't even know you. I hate everything about you.
I like
Yeah.
making those. Those ones make me happy to make. I hate when people order a Cubra Libra. Like,
Oh,
just order a fucking rum and coke.
right.
Yeah,
Please, just.
that throws me off.
I know. I'm like,
Can I have a Cape Cod?
Yeah,
You want a
Cape
vodka
Cod,
cran? Just
Yeah,
say vodka cran.
exactly.
fancy shit.
Or when people come up and they order something and it's essentially a different flavored Long Island, for lack of a better word, and they've got some weird kitschy name for it, and it's like, do you know what's in it? Well, no. Well, then why are you drinking it? And
Right.
that's what drives me
I
crazy.
want a Tokyo green tea. You want a Long Island Midori in it. That's what you want.
Right, exactly. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I don't like making old fashions.
I like.
I mean, I like them, but I don't like them because it takes so much time.
Well, when we're busy, I don't appreciate if somebody's like, I want 3 old fashions. Like, you see, there's 100 people in here. Like,
I don't mind making them. It's just that everybody has such a palate for their own way of drinking them.
Yeah.
That's always nerve-wracking because the way that I like mine is completely different than the way that other people want theirs, or how you make it, or I mean.
Well, that's kind of the problem with being a Wisconsin bar, is because the Midwest theme is like how we are, so we're all taught to make that Midwest brandy old fashioned.
Right.
When I go out and get an old fashioned, I expect bourbon in it. Like it's just. I think that's part of the problem.
I think I'd like to try the brandy one though, because I like old fashions, and I haven't tried it with brandy.
You haven't? Mm-hmm. It makes it a little bit more sweeter.
Yeah. I mean, that would be okay, but I like whiskey.
What's your favorite shot to make?
Favorite shot to make?
Mm-hmm.
I like making the green teas.
Do you really?
I do. I like
green teas.
I like making the pineapple upside down cakes because they're pretty.
They are pretty.
I just like anything that's pretty.
Yeah, I like B52s.
Oh, those are hard. But they're so delicious.
They are good.
I know. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time since I've had one, but they're super good.
They are. So, what about horror stories? Well, how long have you been a bartender?
A bartender?
Yeah.
For 15 years.
15 years? Dang.
I started when I was 19, so 10 years now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We're veterans.
I know.
How about you?
3 years. 3 years. You know how I started?
No, I think I do, but
I was at the door.
that's what I thought. And then you just started helping out.
Well, yeah, because they got fucking slammed one Saturday. Or one Sunday for a Packers game.
Nice.
And they're like, and I
Help!
was... Well, and then I used to take orders. Like, people would sit outside and I'd take orders while I was doing the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd just give them the paper. And then one time I told Winnie, I'm like, hey, they need this, and they're like, she was like, well, pour it. I'm like, okay. You know how when you're first bartending, you pour shitty beer, you're all.
Yeah, you're just holding it.
Yeah, just
open
it. It's all foamy. You're like, fuck, man.
Oh god.
I remember those days. I loved it.
It's fun.
Yeah, just 3 years for me. Where'd you start?
Back home, northeastern Colorado. It was the old docks, but it was called the Lazy Saddle Saloon currently, and the new owner had decided to paint the entire north wall, which faced the main road through our town.
Yeah.
It's Highway 34 that runs the length of the U.S., but he painted that wall like this bright blue so that everybody would see it. He was a neat dude, interesting fellow, but not a real good businessman.
I thought when you said back home, I thought you meant like at home.
At home. At home in the liquor
Mike's
cabinet.
making you a bartender.
No. Back home.
What about you?
The Yukon.
Oh,
Where's that at?
It's on a Circle, like in between Airport and Fountain on Circle.
yeah.
It's in the ghetto.
Is it still there?
Yeah,
it's still there.
and now it's called
Is it
La Papaya or something. Like it's PAPAYA.
Sounds like you're singing a song.
La Papaya. It's like a Mexican joint now. Like, cause when I worked there, the Yukon was like this rustic, like, Yukon theme, like big ass old style lanterns, and then like I always loved the tables because it was like they took like this much of a tree, like cut it like this, and made like tabletops out of tree trunks. Like all the tables were tree trunk tops.
Oh.
And it was really
That's
neat.
awesome.
But they were round?
Yeah, well,
okay.
they were crazy shaped because it was the tree
Right.
trunk. But yeah, all
I
our
was
round
confused.
tables were.
I thought maybe
I
I thought maybe you took like a tree trunk and then like slip, and they were
it's
like
if
long
you took
hair.
the actual
Trunk
log and
and then-
like sliced it,
Yes.
like like the good onions on burgers.
Yes. Yes, not diced onions.
Yeah, and they were all glazed, so you could see all the rings. They were really neat tables. Like that was my favorite thing about that place. But
How long did you work there for?
I worked there for a little bit more than a year.
That's the
was
killer, isn't it?
crazy. Yeah, there was one time
Because Kmart used to be across the street. I
and
remember
then it
that.
was a Saves a Lot. It was a Saves a Lot over there.
Yeah.
And if you've never been in Saves a Lot, it's like this is the most ghetto grocery store I've ever been in ever. But it was fun. It was a good learning experience for me. Like, just because you have to deal with some of the crazier people. Like, we had this one guy that would come in with hotel soaps and lotions trying to sell them to people. So they could make money. We're like, no thank you. Like, first off, those soaps stink. And I don't want to buy it from them. Get out of here.
I've stolen all of them that I need.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's just like those flower guys that come in and try to
I
sell
have
flowers.
not seen those in a long time.
They haven't came in our bar in a while, but I
It's
know they're
been
still around.
almost a year, or half a year at least, because they've been in there like once since I started at Tony's.
Yeah.
So.
All right. What's your horror story, Bar? Do you have a bad story?
I have a bad story?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably do. I think I try
Just
to.
don't remember.
Yeah, I always try to push those out. Like,
Right.
I mean.
Push about like you're traumatized or
Yeah, like, I mean, because sometimes that job, like, while it's not hard, sometimes it's just like,
Oh, it's just dealing with people. Like,
yeah, and
that's the difficult part.
managing people, and especially once they start acting like fucking kindergartners again. You know, you pour a couple of shots on somebody, and then you're just like, oh my god.
Like, are you squirting mustard in that glass? Knock it off.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the worst.
Don't touch that girl. Leave her hair alone. Like, what are you doing?
You're
Like,
a grown ass man. You're old enough to be in here. Stop touching people.
Do you have a horror story in your 3 years?
No, I don't think I do.
Besides being sexually assaulted on a regular basis.
I think it's
By guys.
Yeah.
Like,
What's his name that's always grabbing
yeah,
on
it
your
always
boobs?
comes in, grabs my ass. Like that. When a guy grabs my ass, it makes me uncomfortable.
I don't like it when anybody puts their hands on me, period, because with tattoos, like, people always think that it's just appropriate to, like, grab my arm and be like, oh, and it's like, no, I don't know you, don't touch me. Like, why are you doing that? Like, it's weird.
Girls always grab my arms.
People just
Can I
treat
feel your arms.
bartenders different than other professions. Like when you're trying to go to the bathroom and somebody's like, oh hey, when you get done in there, can I have a, it's like, what? Can I take a piss real quick? You don't go to the bank and when the teller's in there, be like, you know, actually I need to do this transfer before you take your bathroom break.
Yeah, well, you're dropping that deuce. Can you get online and, like, do this
Right.
transfer for
Can I
me?
get a deuce after your deuce?
Yeah. That's-
I've had that, like, where I'm like, dude, I've got my penis in my hand peeing, like, I do not want to talk to you.
That's gotta be
When I come-
super
when I
That's
come
gonna be like
in
a
here-
guy rule, right? Like you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
talk to each other with your dicks in your hands. Like,
Oh yeah, like I'm like, dude, like when we go in the bathroom, I don't know you. I don't care if I do. I just don't know you. I'm not talking to you. I just want to do my thing.
I'm just peeing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to think about rum and cokes or Long
Right.
Island's or dishes or mustard
Or
and
anything like
glasses.
that. But I always do, like, I always watch too, like when I go in there, and I'll watch to see who washes their hands, and I'm like, yep, not
I know.
shaking their hand.
Like, if there's feet, like, on the other stall and they don't wash their hands, I take note of whose feet those
Oh,
are.
yeah.
I'm like,
Me too.
ew, table 7 doesn't wash their hands.
Yeah.
Ew.
But you always notice that the ones that don't wash their hands, at least in the ladies' room, they will sneak out of there so fast that you don't see them. Like, I feel like they're
yeah.
trying to get out before I see their face. I'm like, I see your shoes. Like,
Yeah, and
I've
it's,
seen them.
yeah, why don't you just take the time to wash your hands? Like,
Right.
like, you just touched your pee or
Well,
came
especially in
close.
a public restroom too, like you're touching
Right.
all the other stuff. You know, even like the handle's dirty
Yeah.
when you come out of the restroom. So I'm like, just freaks me out. When people are like that.
If I let it get to my head, like, I get super neurotic about things like that. I have to, like, not consciously think about those things all of the time. Like, I can, you know, it's like, yes, I have to wash my hands and stuff like that, but when I start thinking about stuff like the door handles and everything else, like, I could get crazy, like, and start eating everything out of plastic. You know, like, yeah.
In a hazmat suit.
Like, can I get you a cocktail?
Yeah, the girl in the bubble.
Yeah, because yuck.
I think I don't know if it was horrific, but like, it was my last day at Tony's and I was leaving, and me and Anthony were working, so it was my last day. You know how Anthony is, so
Oh, yeah.
we just fucking kept drinking all night, and it got to the point where, you know how you just get so drunk you just want to go to sleep, and we had not done shit, so I was so sad.
Was that the thing you guys left money for the dishes?
Yeah.
Because I got to work and I was like, what the fuck? I did all the dishes. I told Mindy, I was like, they left this $40. Like, do I split it? And she was like, well, you did the dishes, right? And I was like, yeah. She goes, then keep it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I wish they do that all the time. I started my day off with $40.
No, we're hammered. I literally, and I was so hammered that I was like, because we were working and then I puked in the trash can and I still had to get back to work. And me and my girlfriend at the time, we were going to New Mexico, so that morning. So, and I didn't show up to the house till 6.
Oh my God.
Took a 2-hour nap and we left right after that.
Did she drive?
Yeah, she drove.
Good.
No, actually I did.
Oh.
Yeah, it was awful. I think that was the most horrific. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever gotten in a fight. Even when I was a Dory, I never fought.
I've never been in a fight, period, but...
You've never fought, ever?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That's hard to believe.
Why?
Because you talk a lot of shit.
Guess that's enough.
Isn't that to scare people?
I don't know. I just don't... I'm not really a fighter. I'm a lover.
Oh.
No, it's true.
I'm a lover. I love to fight.
Yeah.
Are you? Well, Jess is a fighter. I was
know.
gonna ask her.
I've heard some stories about
There were some
Jess.
stories about her beating up guys.
Yeah. Well, you can only push it so far. It's not like I go out looking for a fight, but I'm not one for you to like cross boundaries either. Like I'm not gonna let you treat me like.
I've slugged a couple people before,
Right.
but I've never like fought anybody. Like never had a circle and like. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's how I would fight.
Yeah. Oh, like, please don't fight.
Like
oh
the-
wait,
what are
please, I
those
want to see
soccer
it.
balls?
Yeah, they're
Uh,
rock sock robots.
Old school. Come on.
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
I'll even wear those weird little shorts.
Put up your dukes.
I eats me spinach.
That's too funny. I can't believe you've never gotten in a fight.
Mm-mm.
I used to fight all the time. I don't like fighting now. I don't like being violent.
Yeah, me neither. I've totally grown out of that.
I mean, I guess my
Well, I
sisters and
mean, you have so much rage sometimes, and then you just go to their anger phase, and then once you're through, you're like, man, that's. Like, I don't like getting that. I just don't like getting that way.
I threw a block of knives at my sister once.
Block of knives? Why?
Yeah, just like grabbed the block and just threw the whole thing at her because she threw a pan at me.
You're not a good knife thrower.
How do you know? I should have taken it out.
You should take him out. You throw the whole block for my next trick.
Yeah. No, see, maybe that's why I'm not a fighter because I'm not good at it. I'm just not.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, sometimes people, most dangerous people are the people that don't fight.
Right.
Because they just have so much pent up anger.
Watch
and
yourself.
Okay. Mystical. Watch yourself.
Yeah. That'll be my theme song from here on out.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it all the time. Just like Sweet Caroline.
Jess's favorite
Why
song?
can't my theme song be a song?
Ba.
Everybody else gets a song they like.
If it's any consolation, my theme song for you is My Dick. Totally.
Oh, really?
Like every
My
time I
Dick.
hear that song, I'm like, Jess.
That's hilarious.
That's a one-credit song now.
Is it really?
Way to go,
Yeah.
Jess. You've done well.
I've accomplished something.
We no, Mickey Avalon came on my playlist on my Discover Weekly the other day, and I used to listen to that all the time, and I was like, God, I really love that song, you know, because I like his voice, and I was like, who is this? Who is this? And I never really put any thought into it, but then the other day when he came on, I was like, oh my God, that's why I love that song so much.
What song is it?
My Dick
Oh.
by Mickey Avalon.
Dicks like Jesus.
Oh, I know the song.
He knows the song.
I know the song very well. I love the song too. It's
I
nice.
just really like that guy's voice.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. It makes me happy. Makes my ear holes happy.
Made me awkward for a minute. All right, what's your top 3 80s movies?
You go first.
Top 3 80s movies. Breakfast Club. E.T. It's really hard to. I love 80s movies. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love all of them.
They don't make movies like
Super-
that.
And
See,
Terminator.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say Terminator,
definitely Terminator.
never-ending story, and I mean,
Or Labyrinth. Labyrinth is like probably the number one, really.
I don't know. There's so many.
It's kind of like Labyrinth, Indiana Jones, and Temple of Doom. That was my favorite. Oh, I always wanted to be Shorty. I did. He was awesome. Bad move, Dr. Jones, but he was in Goonies too. Goonies.
Right.
So
And Goonies. Goonies was good too.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Anything that was adventure, like I've always liked. That's why I like Never-Ending Story the most, probably because it was like such a fairy tale.
I just remember going to like the store and getting Baby Ruths like that guy. Baby Ruth. The clerk was probably thinking, man, these guys are got some mental issues.
What's wrong with this kid?
Baby Ruth?
You never did that on purpose? You
What?
would do that in the store? Because the bakery, when we were growing up, would give cookies to slow kids. So me and my friend Tiffany would follow her brother like, Tony, we want a cookie. Like, and we'd get cookies.
Oh my God.
And that's why we're going to hell.
I think they would have gave you a cookie if you asked for it anyways.
Well, it was
They're probably
funny
like,
that
look
way.
at these kids. Look at these kids. They're not even.
They probably just said it was for the special kids.
So we would
and so
do
that you would do that.
It was still funny.
Oh my God.
I've never done that. Have you done that?
No. Not like acted like a slow kid to get
To get something?
No, I haven't. Mike used to walk. He used to like walk just like a foot behind me and pretend like he was slow and be like, she touches me while I pee. And he did that to me in Lodo one day, and I almost snapped and like beat his ass like in the middle of God and everybody. Like I was so mad.
See, it was mostly fun to embarrass her brother too. You
Yeah.
know, like that's really why you're doing it, is to annoy who you're with.
To annoy somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like riding around in shopping carts in Walmart.
My mom was all about the embarrassment factor. Like she would make us hold her hand because my mom was so young. Like
Right.
we'd be in Walmart, and when I was like 15 or 16, she'd be like, hold my hand like we're lesbian lovers. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to hold your hand. And she's like, you hold my hand right now. And then I'm like holding her hand, like pissed off, staring at the ceiling. And we'd be like standing in line, and she's like, you see those guys? They think we're lesbian. She'd be like, give me a kiss. I'm like, no! Like,
I'm drawing the line.
I'm not doing that in Walmart. Like, what is wrong with you?
That is funny.
She was messed up, man. Like, she's super funny. But she messed us up. Like, we're all weirdos now. Parents are good.
I think parents were like that back in the day
Yeah.
because they had no clue, and there were no rules,
Right.
and there was no internet or
Right.
Google.
Nobody
or,
was videotaping you torturing your child in Walmart.
Oh yeah. And nowadays, like, there's all kinds of answers for everything. I think it's a little bit too much now.
Yeah. I still don't think we have the answers. I think that people are still messing up their kids. Like that's
Oh,
a parent's
yeah.
job. Like I can only think of like one person that had like
Perfect parents.
yeah, like, and they were perfect parents, and it was just like, I mean, birthday parties were always perfect, and you know, the house was always perfect, and I mean, and
They're
it
all
wasn't,
happy
and everybody always seemed so happy, and they still fucking seem happy, and it's like, how do you do that? Like, have you guys always been this happy? Like, I mean, there are times when I fake it, but usually I'm just like, fuck.
That's how my friend Charles was, and I'd always be at his house. I'd be like, screw my house, I'm moving in with you guys.
Right.
Because my house is a shit show.
Right. Right.
Literally. From start, like from the one bathroom, 4 people sharing it. And, oh, it was crazy.
We have 5 sharing one bathroom.
Ooh.
Like,
Hello. Hey, sorry to break up your broadcast right now, but unfortunately, half the footage that I shot I lost because I did not turn on the mic. A great learning experience. Every week I'm learning something as I'm filming all this stuff. I've got a bigger memory card coming too as well. But unfortunately I lost everything that I put on there. So with that said, maybe just maybe there's a way of me using that footage. Just got a bright idea.
I do declare, you're the best I've worked with. Sometimes I feel like doing the robot. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, you're really awesome, Gino.
You both are awesome too. I don't know what I'd do without you. Magically delicious. Where can people find you?
Yeah, people can find me here.
I do declare, people can find me here.
I don't wanna change who you are. The things you say is always one step too far. But I know that I've played my part. I'm hurting you as well.